All right, what's going on? My name is Mike Antiles here. I have been a high ticket closer for the past 2.5 years. Over the course of the past 2.5 years, I've closed just over $5 million in deals. And over the course of the past couple of years, I've taken tons of courses, all the courses that you've seen out there. I've read all the sales books. And what this YouTube channel is going to be more about, it's really all the information that I've consumed and really what's the most applicable information? What's the most applicable information that will help you close as many deals as possible as well? All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. This first video here is going to be about financial based objections. All right, there's a few different kinds of financial objections. What this video is going to be about, it's all logistical, where the person is 100% bought in on the process. They definitely do want to do this. Now is the right time, but they just don't have the money. All right, so we're going to jump right into how we're going to handle that objection. All right, so let's go ahead and share my screen here. All right, so we go ahead, we're in the sales call, we drop the price, and then the prospect says to us, that's a lot of money. All right, so no matter what, whenever you get an objection, no matter what the objection is, the first thing that you want to do is diffuse. Why? Because it's the most tense part of the conversation. You've been talking to this person for whatever it is, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it's the most tense part of the conversation. So on diffuse, totally understand, no problem at all. All right, and the next thing we want to do is clarify. So just so I have a better understanding, is that more of a should I do this? Meaning I have the money, I'm just not sure if this is really what I want to do with it, or is it more of a how can I do it? It's my goal to do it if I can actually figure out how to make it work financially. Right, so we did a few things here that I want to go over. Number one, we want to clarify, right? Because again, that's a lot of money could mean a few different things. We want to clear, right? And so we want to clarify what does it actually mean? Some people will tell you to say, what do you mean by that? Now, the reason I don't like that is because the prospect feels a ton of pressure right now. They're not even thinking clearly. So I'm going to give them a multiple choice question so they can just choose and let me know what their objection is, right? Because it can really only mean one of two things. So I give them the two options. And what's important here, or is it more of a how can I do it? It's my goal to do it, just how can I actually make it work financially? This how, it's very, very intentional, right? Why do we have that how there? Because it automatically, it forces their brain to get creative, right? To get resourceful. Not, oh, I can't make it work. Nothing I can do about it, but how can I actually make it work? All right. Then what we do next, so then they say, no, I really want to do it. I just don't have the money. So what we're looking for here is we want certainty. All right, if they're kind of not sure of themselves whatsoever, then that's bad, right? If they're like, no, I think I want to do it, well, that's not certain whatsoever. You got to call them out on that because there's another objection there. We're not going to jump into that right now, but just know you want certainty here. All right. So let's say they responded with certainty. Gotcha. So money aside, would there be anything else that's keeping you from being less than 100% certain that you do really want to do this and now is the right time? So this is called the double tie down. All right, we are tying down that they do 100% want to do this. Again, we're in the end zone. There's no wiggle room here. We want to understand this is 100% the objection. And this is very certain languaging, 100% certain that you do really right. And now is the right time, right? It's very certain languaging and it's on purpose. I almost want them to say no. Because if they say no, then I know, okay, I have something else. But if they say yes, right? If that's really it, I do 100% want to do it, then we know, okay, this is really the only objection. I don't have to worry about anything else. Closer. Gotcha. And I can definitely appreciate that, right? So congratulate them on saying, I'm giving you an honest answer. So John, some people do come in and they pay the whole tuition all at once. For certain people, right? For certain people, we want them to feel special. For certain people, not everyone, but for certain people, what we have done is figured out personalized payment plans. So that way you can come in, start seeing some results, right? You can even tie in some of their dream outcome right here, start seeing some results, but we want to tie in results-based thinking, but you're not coming out of pocket with the whole lump sum all at once. All right, so given that you do really want to do this, that it's your goal to do it, right? Remind them that they do really want to do this. Would you be open to having an open, honest conversation about your finances to see if there is a way we can make this work for you? Or if not, at the very least, make a game plan to work towards for the future. All right. So obviously we don't want to make a game plan to work towards the future. We're not on this call to close them in 3 months. We're on this call to close them today. But this is on purpose, very neutral languaging. All right. We're not this line right here. We're not trying to close the deal. We're not trying to make the sale. All right. What we're trying to do here is just get them to agree to have an open, honest conversation about their finances. All right, so just neutral languaging to make sure they do agree to it. So the prospect says yes. They're always going to say yes to that. If you say it with confidence, with certainty, they will say yes to that. Great. So how much cash do you have coming in the next month or so? All right. So this is a weird question to ask. It's not socially acceptable to ask it. Again, ask it with confidence, ask it with certainty, and they will give you a straight answer. Gotcha. And how much of that is left over after expenses? Again, ask with certainty. Now, sometimes what will happen here is they'll get a story. Oh, well, I just got a flat tire and I have all these, I had to shovel my driveway and all this stuff that they're going to make up. Okay, we don't care about that. Once they finish their story, then you're going to say to them, okay, gotcha. And just for clarity, how much do you think you'll actually have left over after expenses? I want a number. Okay, until I get a number, I'm going to keep asking until I get a number. Okay, gotcha. And what's your cash on hand right now that you actually can be using for this? Again, I want a number. If I get a story, I'm going to ask them again and get a number. Okay, gotcha. And you definitely do want to do this though, right? Prospect says yes. Now, there's again, even though we've nailed them in on the certainty, if you hear a little bit of uncertainty right here, you can hit them with a why. Why do you want to do it? And then they'll sell you. They'll sell you on why they'll sell themselves, more importantly. Why do they want to do it? Not if they answer with certainty, there's no need. They'll just get bored of you. All right, it'll just annoy them. All right, so they say yes. Great, because I definitely don't think that the best thing for you to do would just be to go ahead and drop the whole 8K all at once. All right, what we're doing here, this is called moral authority. All right, obviously I do want them to pay the whole 8K all at once, but that wouldn't be the best thing for you to do. All right, but it is important for you to make a change here. And you do see yourself being very successful with this. So I also don't think that the best thing for you to do would just be to not do anything at all. All right. What we did here, when we say, I don't think that the best thing for you to do would just be to drop the whole 8K all at once, this is giving us permission. This is earning us the right to give them this line. I also don't think that it would be the best thing for you to do to not do anything at all. It earns us the right to say that. All right. And then we tell them, so what I'd be willing to do for you is we can let you in today for just half down or a third down, whatever it may be. Right. So that way you can come in, you start the training, you start seeing some profits. And then that way, by the time the next payment were to come around in a month, you won't even feel it anymore. It'll just be an afterthought by that point. Right. So we present them with the payment plan. Again, we tie them to the results. Right. You start seeing some profits. And then we tell them, so if that's something I can do for you, would you be ready to rock and roll here? So there's something here called the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity, Robert Cialdini talks about it in several of his books. But basically what it means is if I go ahead and I go out of my way to do you a favor, okay, then that means that you're going to, psychologically, you're going to feel a need to pay me back. You will feel that's just human nature, right? So what I'm doing here is the way I'm framing this is, so if that's something I can do for you, that's a favor that I'd be willing to do for you because I want to help you out. Would you be willing to pay me back, right? Would you be willing to do me this favor and rock and roll here? Get started today. Prospect says yes. And again, we're in the end zone, right? We're literally inches away from the end zone. We want to get certainty one more time. Are you sure? Yes. What's your billing address? And then from there, you should close. All right, guys. So that is the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video, go ahead and like this video, comment, subscribe, and let me know what video you want next. Look forward to seeing you next time.